Everyone. Today, we will dive into a critical aspect of Chinese trademark law, the prohibition against bad faith trademark applications not intended for use. This presentation will provide a comprehensive overview of the legal framework, recognition criteria, and practical implications of this important regulation, which is reshaping the IP landscape in China. We will structure our discussion into 5 parts. First, we'll set the stage with the background and objectives. Then we will dive into the legal framework, followed by the specific criteria used to identify bad faith findings. We will then explore several legal consequences. Finally, conclude with a summary and outlook for business operating in China. So, let's begin with the context. China's booming trademark activity has unfortunately been accompanied by abusive practices. These bad faith findings, often referred to as trademark squatting or hoarding, have created significant problems. The core objective of the new legal provision is to restore integrity to the system by emphasizing the principle of good faith and ensuring trademarks are used for their intended purpose to identify and protect genuine brands. The legal foundation is built on 2 pillars. First, the amended trademark law itself, specifically Article 4, which clearly states that applications filed in bad faith without intent to use must be rejected. This is the primary basis. Second, the provisions by SAMR provide further detail on how to implement this law and what penalties violators may face. To ensure consistent application, we have 2 more crucial elements. First, the syllabus examination guidelines. It gives examiners a clear roadmap to identify bad faith findings. Complementing this, we have the Supreme People's Court of China providing judicial interpretations, ensuring that the same standards are applied in the courtroom when disputes arise. Together, these form a robust system of checks and balances. So, how do China authorities determine bad faith? We have some recognition criteria for bad faith without intent to use. The official definition from China National Intellectual intellectual property administration highlights two core elements: a lack of genuine use intention, and a disruption of the registration order. Examiners look at several key factors, including the applicant's background, the pattern of their findings, the nature of the trademarks themselves, and any subsequent actions like attempting to sell the marks for profit. The China authority has outlined several specific scenarios that strongly indicate bad faith. The first five include the most common forms of abuse: squatting on famous brands, exploiting the names of celebrities or cultural icons. Third, misappropriating public resources like artwork or place names. And four, finding generic terms to block competitors. These are all clear red flags for examiners. The other scenarios focus on the applicant's behavior after filing, such as bulk transfers or attempts to extort money. Importantly, the law also recognizes legitimate exceptions. For many big companies, they need to file many trademarks defensively. So, defensive filings to protect a core brand and reasonable filings for future business plans are not considered bad faith. This ensures the law is not overly restrictive on legitimate business practices. So, what happens if you file a bad faith application? Here we come to some legal consequences. The most direct consequence is rejection. But for serious offenders, the penalties are much harsher. First, they may be punished by administrative agencies. Such punishment may include warnings, confiscation of any illegal profits, and significant fines. So we have a case here. In a 2024 case in Sichuan province of China, an individual who filed the trademarks for the famous scenic spots like Mount Emei. This guy was fined and has gains seized. However, the consequences may extend beyond administrative penalties. victims can sue for unfair competition, leading to substantial damages. Even if a bad faith mark gets registered, it can still be invalidated. Crucially, the law now also holds trademark agencies accountable. Those, those agencies who knowingly facilitate bad faith finance can also face fines by the administrative organs and even joint liability for damage compensations in the civil litigation procedures. So, in conclusion, China has built a comprehensive and robust system to tackle bad faith trademark finance. It starts with a clear legal threshold in the trademark law, supported by detailed guidelines, stringent penalties, and a groundbreaking focus on joint liability for agencies. The future points to even stricter enforcement and greater emphasis on quality over quantity in trademark registrations. So that's all for today. Thank you for your attention. This evolving landscape requires foreign businesses to be strategic and vigilant in Chinese market. I hope this presentation may have provided you with a clear understanding of the rules and their implications. See you next time.